everything is holding on. Questioning Giant's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be really hard to say. See, another new morning come. Say it's not a sacrament. I'll tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. Made me wanna bow my head. I remember when church let out how things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. It used to be a world out there, heaven second-rate hand-me-down. I walk it with a reverent hand, 'cause everything is holy now.
All right, please rise, whether in body or in spirit, and join us here for our third song in this song block here.
That's what I said too.
Someone's happy that we're doing this. Hello, California morning. Hello, Mississippi dawn. Tennessee rise, asleep out of your eyes. You thought tomorrow never comes. How you wanna ride this wave? Depends what frequency you're on. Go and make yourself known. Tomorrow knows the road. I got joy in my heart this morning. I got trouble on my mind. Yes, my people know how to feel two ways. There's something at the very same time. Yeah, the joy for the new day coming. Yeah, the troubles for that too. 'Cause we've come so far, so much left to do. Oh, hello, California morning. Hello, Mississippi dawn.
come together now. Tennessee, hello California morning, hello Mississippi dawn. Tennessee, rise, don't sleep out of your eyes. You thought tomorrow never comes. Now you wanna ride this wave. Depends what frequency you're on. Go and make yourself known. Tomorrow knows their road. Oh, the trail of tears is still rolling. Tennessee waltzing in blood. Now my daughter can't sleep through the nightmares. Every night she's gone down at school. Every day she sings her wild anthems. She beats her fears out on a drum. Now she's a wolf cub. She's Harriet Tubman. Can we be brave as our children? Whoa, hello California morning. Hello Mississippi dawn. Tennessee, rise, don't sleep out of your eyes. Oh, tomorrow never comes. Now you wanna ride this wave. Depends what frequency you're on. Go and make yourself known. Tomorrow knows the road. Go and make yourself known. Tomorrow knows their own. Tomorrow knows their own. Tomorrow knows their own.
Well, I missed that. Can you all hear me? Yep. So welcome to WellSprings, both to those here in Bell Hall and to everyone joining us online this morning. My name is Joelle Lochner. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm honored and blessed to be leading our worship service today. Each week when we gather, we light a chalice as a symbol of our shared spiritual heritage as Unitarian Universalists. It is not just a symbol of what is past, but what is present. That divine spark, that inner light that shines at the heart of each of our lives. As we light this chalice, may we share our light with each other and with the world. Anyone of any age may sign up in advance to be our chalice lighter. Just use the link at the bottom of the WellSprings weekly newsletter. If you're a member of our community, you may have seen a letter sent by Reverend Lee over the weekend, sharing the news that Ron Hovis, a beloved member of our congregation for the last 18 years, passed away early last Thursday morning. Today we are lighting our chalice in memory of Ron. I'll invite Reverend Lee to come forward now to light our chalice, and I'll invite all of you to please rise in body and spirit to take a moment to hold your memories of Ron close to your heart as we light our flame together. And together we say, we light this chalice to celebrate the path lit before us, the warmth of kindness that shines from within us, and the radiance of wisdom that is shared between us and never goes out. And you can all sit down. Good morning. Our mission here at WellSprings is to be a community charged full with the charge of the soul. So I've been away for a while. Seems like I keep starting all of my talks that way. In some instances, it's just been due to simple logistics, sports and activities that run my life and a lot of my weekends. But it's also been because work has been exceptionally hard this year. I want to be careful how I say this because I don't want anyone thinking I've fallen out of love with what I do. I've not. There has, however, been stuff I can't talk about and honestly wouldn't want to even if I could, and it has been heartbreaking. The kind of hard where you keep showing up and doing the work, and the work is still good, but the emotional toll drains you and leaves your tank empty. And how do I deal with that degree of stress? I distract myself aggressively. I redid my laundry room. So I tore out the floors, repainted the walls, put up cabinets, and installed the tile. For those of you that don't know, my dad does flooring for a living. That is how I know how to do that. So for me, working with my hands keeps my brain quiet. Tile does not care about your problems. It sure does know how to nearly break your back, though. We also just returned from a long trip to Ireland. Morgan made the U.S. national team for OCR, and so we did the vacationing before and after the event. And I'll be honest, Dublin didn't do much for me. Cities rarely do. But Kinsale, Cork, the coast, the cliffs of Moher were stunning. Stone walls and structures that were older than this very country, weather that changed 3 or 4 times before dinner, and we got to walk alpacas. But here's the thing I really want to say. And it isn't about the scenery, as beautiful as it is. What charged me full was being able to just exist and enjoy my family. Not going to say I loved every aspect of it, but sometimes the joy is in the ordinary. The kids arguing about the music in the car, somebody complaining about being hungry 20 minutes after we just had a meal, pulling over one more time because I needed a picture. I came home tired. And the hard thing was still there, but my tank was filled, and I was ready to get back to what I loved. So that's what I've got for you guys this morning. When you are empty, and some of you are, go be with your people, whomever they are, or install tile. That's it. So this morning, I'd like to especially welcome any newcomers. If this is your first, second time with us, we are so glad that you're here. Our belonging team is here to help you feel at home, and you can look for anyone wearing a yellow ribbon. If you all could wave your hands. If you'd like to learn more about WellSprings or take your next steps in our community, they're the ones to ask. We also have, they can also direct you to bathrooms. We have both gendered and gender-neutral restrooms. And we also have a virtual connection card available for you to let us know who you are, how to keep in touch, and what we can do to make you feel entirely welcome. So anywhere in this room that you see a QR code, it's a link to the online connection card, and you're welcome to do this from home. There's a link to the card in the description below the video. If you'd like to interact with folks who are joining online this morning, we still are online, right? That's how long it's been since I've been here. Okay. There is a live chat available on YouTube. You'll need a YouTube or Google account to sign in, and then just click the live chat button to say hello. And finally, you can always find more information about today's service, as well as upcoming events and news, by scanning our QR code available on the welcome table just by the front doors when you walk into Bell Hall. And now for our announcements for this week, I'll turn it over to our Community Engagement Coordinator, Susanna Sinclair.
Happy Sunday, everyone. We have a few announcements for today. First up, the WellSprings Book Club will be meeting Monday, August 17th at 6:30 p.m. in Gresh. Tuesday, August 18th at 7 p.m., the Belonging Team will be meeting on Zoom. Feel free to join if you're interested in learning more about how the Belonging Team helps create a sense of welcoming for our community. Mark your calendars to stay after service next Sunday to learn all about cat plant safety with Zoe Weber. You'll be also creating catnip boxes to take home. Finally, today's snacks were provided by Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Bye, everyone.
At WellSprings, the foundation for all we do is rooted in the power of connection, of making space in our hearts and in our lives for each other. This is the part of our service where we honor that connection by greeting one another. We recognize our community's presence well beyond these walls, so feel free to take a moment now to connect and share a greeting in the live chat, or maybe to say hello in the WellSprings Oasis or on the Facebook page. So for those here in Bell Hall, a reminder to please ask before hugging or approaching closely, and if you prefer to keep distance from others for any reason, just stay seated. That'll be our cue to give you a friendly wave from afar. With gratitude for all the ways that we might connect, please greet one another now. With gratitude for all the ways we might connect. Sorry. Thank you for those warm greetings. I'm like reading the wrong sentence. Those here in Bell Hall are invited to continue your conversations over a snack right after service. It's okay, I'm loud enough. With and without the mic, I can be pretty loud. So I invite you now into our time of generosity. An opportunity to express our gratitude for and commitment to the ways the spiritual community has an impact on all our lives. We sustain WellSprings now and into the future through our contributions. If you'd like, you can use your phone to give from anywhere. Just text WSprings to 73256. It's also easy and convenient to automate your giving on Realm. Our belonging team, or their minis, will be bringing hats around for those who wish to donate by hand. You can also drop a check or a cash donation into the box near the front doors on the welcome table. Thank you for all the ways your gifts support WellSprings. Our offering will now be greatly received. Having shared energy between us and giving beyond us, let's take some time now to reground into the deep and soulful energy that's within. We do this by doing what is most simple and elemental in our lives. We take a breath, inhaling and exhaling without rush or hurry, breathing in and breathing out. There's nowhere else to go, nowhere else to be. Let us cultivate peace and experience presence together. As we move into our time of mindful silence, we follow these words from Thich Nhat Hanh. If we want to enter heaven on earth, we need only one conscious step and one conscious breath. Wherever it is that we are, whatever it is that we are doing, however it is that we are feeling, let us remember that peace and presence are always as close to us as is our own breath. May this be so for us this moment, may it be so for us this day, and may it be so for us all in the days to come. And now I'd like to invite all our congregation's children to join our staff and volunteers in the back of the room. This is for their time of fellowship in Youth Spirit. Youth Spirit will be meeting in Gresh. And grown-ups, please pick up your children from Youth Spirit after the service is over. And now let's join our band in our next song.
Please rise, whether in body or in spirit, and do sing along on this one, because I know a lot of you know it. People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. People get ready for the train to Jordan. It's picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and boredom. There's hope for all among those loved the most.
Good morning, everybody. Sit. Anna's ready to go. Forgive me if I end up having a coughing fit. I'm getting over something, so I'm going to keep my water here. But it's lovely to see you all. As most of you know, we are right in the middle of our summer tradition here at WellSprings, our August message series that we call Neighbors and Helpers. Every summer, we take a month and we invite people to come in from outside of our congregation to share a little bit with us about what it is like for them to live in this little corner of the world that we share. And we probably all know on some level that it's good, it's helpful to get to know our neighbors. It's important, right, for all of us. We know that when things get difficult in our lives, when we experience a loss, a depression, any kind of rough patch, it is our flesh and blood neighbors, the ones that live here in the communities that we share. They're the ones who can invite us over for a meal or a movie night or a walk by the river. They're the ones who show up for our kids' games. Maybe not if they're national American Ninja Warrior finals in Ireland. That's impressive. But they're the ones who show up for our kids' games on the weekends. They're the ones who sing alongside us at the music venue on Saturday night or here in Bell Hall on Sunday morning. Those are the people who walk through the same streets and grocery aisles, who hold the door open for us at the Wawa. These are the only folks that we have physically to turn to when life gets difficult, when we need that actual hand to hold or one to help us up. We know that we need each other. But in our faith, we're also called to be with each other, not just to know each other, but to show up for our neighbors. In this faith tradition that we share of Unitarian Universalism, that second part of that phrase, universalism, it means that all of us need all of us. It means that no one is expendable. No one is disposable. That greater sense of belovedness that comes from somewhere beyond what any of us individually could do. It's available to all of us. We are all beloved. And that means that if no one is expendable and no one is disposable, well, that's actually the challenge of a faith like ours, because we don't always feel that way. We have to learn how to work and how to live and how to enjoy this life together, how to keep each other safe. Showing up for each other with love is why we're here. And it means being actively curious, more than just hearing or listening. It means learning from each other's stories. We get curious about each other here in this community and beyond our walls, because to live out our faith, we need to constantly remember and constantly protect each other's humanity. One of the most powerful ways to share stories, we see it here every week, it's through music. That's why music is such a big part of our services here. It's why music is such a big part of our society, of our lives. How many of us listen to music every single day at some point? I think that's 100% of the people in the room. I think Melissa wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure you listen to music every single day. I saw you look up late, sorry. I think you were the only hand I didn't see, that's why. Yeah, it's a huge part of our lives and a huge part of how we share with each other. So I'm thrilled that our guest this morning is going to talk a little bit about how we tell stories and how we show up for our neighbors through music. Anna Spackman is a local singer-songwriter. You can start coming to the stage. Anna Spackman is a local singer-songwriter and a friend of mine, full disclosure. And earlier this year, she became one of the founders of Singing Resistance Phoenixville, which is a group of singers and songwriters and community leaders who use their voices to strengthen peaceful protests with music that is accessible to all people. And this is actually going to be a first, I think, for WellSprings. Anna and I are going to chat for a bit, like we usually do in these conversations, but she's also going to share some of her music with us during the next part of the service. So I'm very grateful that she said yes to our invitation today. And she's already on the stage, but let's give her a round of applause to welcome her. Hi, Anna.
Hey, Lee.
reverently.
Yes. I let you know before that for our congregation, this message series is all about getting to know our neighbors. And so I always start each conversation just by asking each of our guests to share a little bit about their connection to the area. So did you grow up near here? How did you come to live in the place that you call home now?
Yes, so I grew up just down the road in Chester Springs. I grew up on my grandparents' farm where my parents, my aunt's family, and my uncle's family also lived. So my first experience of neighbors was actually my family, which I realize is kind of unique. And then I moved away for a bit and came back. Phoenixville is where I live now and have been for the last decade, but what drew me there actually was music, Steel City's open mic. I met my current partner there, and since then have been building community there. So I feel like community building and relationship building is something I'm continuing to learn about. Yeah.
You might be our most local guest ever.
Wow.
Growing up in Chester Springs.
Yeah.
And I know you've been making music for many years now. You've been writing songs and performing locally for more than a decade. But we've talked about this. I know also that recently the subject matter that you feel called to write about has shifted, and that has changed what you perform, what you sing, what you write. Can you tell us a little bit about how that change happened for you? What sparked it, and what's it been like for you to combine music making now with a sense of whatever you might call it, social or political consciousness, or making music as a commitment to your neighbors?
Yeah, I mean, music, as you really put into words so beautifully, like has always been a way for me to sink into my humanity a little more deeply and explore the feelings and reactions I have to the world around me. And so that's looked different over the years as certain, consciousness has evolved. Like you said, what started as, I guess, what you would call like confessional singer-songwriter, like in the style of Joni Mitchell, Sarah McLachlan, that type of thing, that allowed me to understand myself as a human. I feel like that circle has slowly kind of expanded outward and outward in my relationships, and then just seeing the world around me and trying to understand stories that are different from mine. And so that thread of social consciousness, I think, has been present, like sort of in the background, but in the last few years, it's been something that really came to the forefront, just seeing the realities around us become so stark. And so a lot of the music I write now is really trying to hold what is too heavy for just me to hold. Like music is sort of another way of holding it. And I think that I struggled for a while to write like a political song because it's so easy to fall into the trap of like black and white thinking and preachiness. And I've kind of found my way to it through like a heart-led way that feels authentic to what I've been doing so far. So the other piece of that is that while it's kind of written as a way to help me navigate things and keep me afloat, it's been really special just to like see people's responses to my music and to feel a sense of resonance and connection. Like, oh, I wrote this coming from my own lens, but it resonates with people in a way that I didn't always anticipate. So I found it to be a source of connection as well. Yeah.
These are wonderful answers. And I am balancing our time talking. I want to ask you more questions, but we're going to have you share 2 songs with us. And feel free to speak more and introduce these songs to whatever level you would like to, Anna. And then after these first 2 songs, I'll turn the stage over to you for a little while, and then I'll come back up and I'll ask you another question to introduce your next 2 songs.
Beautiful.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So this first song I'll share, there's some songs I write that are just kind of like finding where I am in space and time. And I wrote this song right after the 2024 election. It's kind of a meditation on like, what does it feel like to be alive in this moment and to like go out into the world that feels increasingly unsafe and unsure of who my people are. And what I found to be really grounding in that time, and even still now, is going to visual art galleries, which Phoenixville has a lot of. We have a really strong arts community. And it's for me as an introvert, it was a really nice way of like being out in the world, seeing how humans make sense of what's happening, but also like not having to talk. But then the conversations inevitably arising. And so that's what this song is about. It's called The Empire.
When I wake up all alone, I can't get up till I have rummaged through my phone. Tell me how I'm supposed to feel, checking the dangers of today and of tomorrow. The future haunts me like a dream, slowly coming real. I hear the call, the dying cry of the empire, a fever dream we are living inside. My body is tired from wars to come, battling panic just to make it through the day. My mind is miles away. I look for the hatred and the fear that I imagine brought us here. I search inside every pair of eyes. I listen for the call, the dying cry of the empire, the fever dream we are living inside. Instead of collapsing back into bed, I walk through town and I go to the galleries instead. See what the artists have to say. I look in the eyes of the face on the wall. I look at the tapestry of all the humans gathered here, and the meaning they have made. We hear the call, the dying cry of the empire, the fever dream we are living inside. I see it all growing inside of the empire, a kinder world we are dreaming into life, into life, into life.
Thank you. So, yeah, I think a very real piece of existing in this moment is, at least for me, I can only speak for myself, but what I've found other people echoing is, like, there's just this low level or maybe high level hum of grief that I think all of us are just kind of walking through, moving through, trying to figure out how to hold. And I think that's a really important piece to name, because as tempting as it is to be distracted, and as much as I think we do need to give ourselves a break here and there, if we tune out the grief, we really do block out a lot of our own humanity and the humanity of others. And so, a lot of my songs kind of look at that grief, and just that, this song in particular is an appeal to care about one another's humanity, recognizing that someone else's fight is also our fight. This song is called "What Will You Do?" What will you do when they come to your town? When they round up the neighbors who are a little too brown, whose tongues have learned 2 sets of steps just to make their own way. Will you believe what you heard on the news? That they came to take advantage, to steal and abuse working jobs we think we're above for half of the pay. Maybe when they're all gone, we'll finally have the country we want. Maybe when we've sent them back to war zones we helped to create, maybe then we'll be great. What will you do when they come to your school? When they fire the teachers who break all their rules, who teach all of our history instead of one color and one faith? Will we believe what they write into law and pathologize kids when they say who they are? Will strangers inspecting their bodies keep everyone safe? Maybe when they're all gone, we'll finally have the country we want, where everyone who's different is censored, arrested, or erased. Maybe then we'll be great. What will you do when they come to your door? Because freedom of speech isn't free anymore, and protecting your neighbors will make you an enemy of the state. What will you believe when the books are all burned? When we've scrubbed out the history where we could have learned that hate is the perfect distraction
what is at stake. Maybe when we're all gone, they'll finally have the kingdom they want, where they profit and leave us impoverished and sickened by hate. Maybe then we'll be great. We'll be great. What will you do when there's no one left to blame? No one beneath you to carry your shame. What will you do when you're left face to face with your pain?
We got a standing O before your set's even done, Anna. Isn't she an incredible songwriter?
Thank you.
I hope you all will eventually have a story of like, I saw her one time before she was famous in my
gosh.
church.
I'm totally fine not being famous. I'll take
Yeah.
local fame and that's it. I'm good.
That's good. So thank you, Anna.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And one more question for you before your next two songs. So earlier this year, you were inspired by what you saw happening in Minneapolis, the protest movements there. That was January. I had to think about that. It's
I know.
August. So back in January, you might remember of this year, ICE came in and kind of took over the city. I checked. They took roughly 4,000 people away to detention facilities earlier this year in Minneapolis, and killed 2 local protesters, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. And there was a group that organized in Minneapolis to respond. There were lots of groups that organized to respond, but one organized to respond through music. They're called Singing Resistance. Rodney played a clip from them during a message that he preached. They write a lot of their own music, and the clip I think that you shared, Rodney, was people in a protest organized outside of one of the hotels where ICE officers were staying while they were there in Minneapolis. And the song that they were singing was "It's Okay to Change Your Mind." Yeah. So that's how they protest, through song. And you have worked to organize a chapter. There's lots of chapters now of Singing Resistance springing up all over the country. You've organized one right down the road in Phoenixville. Why was it important to you to do that? And what kinds of experiences have you had so far with Singing Resistance that have been meaningful for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I also kind of saw those videos circulating and was really moved and really moved and inspired by how they were resisting in a nonviolent way, but in a way that really mobilized people. And around that time, I'd been going to local protests in Phoenixville, and I noticed, the organizers would have chants, and that kept up the energy for a certain amount of time. But I really noticed the chants that were more musical, like "Move, ICE, get out the way, ICE." And even the reaction in this room right now, there's something about having that musical element that people really, the energy focuses and rises. And so I asked the organizers, can I try leading some songs? And they were open to it. And so I put out a call to just kind of our local folks, and actually Reverend Lee was one of them. And we just, practiced some songs that were easy to teach and learn with words that just kind of focused in on the purpose of why we were out there. And it was really well received. And that was around the time that Singing Resistance was putting out a call for, hey, start your own chapter. Let's make this a national thing. And so that's kind of how it came about. It's, in our neighborhood of Phoenixville, it's a small enough community that, when things have happened, when the raids
were happening and are happening in our area, you really did feel those ripples, that impact. And there was one in particular that the video was circulating pretty widely, and it was in the parking lot of the Foodery. These individuals were ripped out of the car. The agents broke windows. You know, it was just this very violent scene. Vigil is what we called it. And I think that the national group refers to it that way as well. But just bringing awareness to a site where this violence has happened, and also kind of reclaiming that space, you know, really just coming together as a community and bearing witness, saying, you know, our neighbors were stolen from us here and it's not okay, and bring them home. And so that kind of kicked off the series of singing vigils we've done. We've sung at protests as well. We sang at No Kings. We've partnered with Singing Resistance Chester County, which is more like the Westchester area. And it's just been a really beautiful way of connecting with people that otherwise might not feel empowered to go out to a public action. But there's something about music, and I've noticed it in myself too, because I'm not, this is really different for me, like leading songs without a guitar. You know, there's a little, yeah, I've been very fortunate to find folks that are aligned with that mission as well.
All right, I'm going to invite Anna in to lead 2 more songs for us, and then we'll settle into the end of our service. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll try this sitting down because I feel like we're all really grounded right now. But I wanted to teach one of the songs I wrote for Singing Resistance. It has a few different parts because I'm a choir girly. I love harmonies. I love, just hearing the different sounds. And so I'll teach. And I know this group likes to sing. I've seen y'all during the music performances. So, if you're open to singing, I encourage you to sing along. Each part is just a repeating line. And so the first part goes like this, and you can just join when you're ready. I'll keep singing it. Bound as one, we will never come undone. 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 Amazing. That's the first one. The next part goes, we belong, we belong, we belong to each other. We belong, we belong, we belong to each other. We belong, we belong, we belong to each other. We belong, we belong, we belong to each other. You guys sound beautiful in this space. Oh my gosh. And then the last part is in Spanish, just a recognition of the folks that are largely being impacted. And this phrase is todos a una. Try that. Todos a una, which means all together, all for one. And it goes, todos a una, todos a una. Todos a una, 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 todos a una. Beautiful. So now's the fun part. So let's say if you're kind of more towards this side of the room, you guys will be bound as one. We will never come undone. And I'll lead each part coming in. If you're kind of towards the center aisles, you'll sing, we belong, we belong, we belong to each other. And then this side of the room will sing, todos a una, todos a una. So I'll lead everybody in. It'll be beautiful. You just repeat that section. Everyone gets so nervous about like multiple parts, but it always ends up being beautiful. And you can switch around. I won't, if you want to sing something else, I won't come after you. So I'll start with this side. So just follow me and then keep it going when I move to the next part. So,
Bound as one, we will never come undone. Bound as one, we belong to each other. We belong, we belong, we belong to each other. We belong, we belong, we belong to todos a una, 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 todos Beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you for being willing to take that risk and jump in with me. I love singing together. I really do. I love that it's such a core part of this congregation. And so this next song I'm going to play, this last one, it also has a part that's very easy to sing along with. I wrote this really based on this phrase that has been keeping me going, which is do the next right thing. You don't have to do everything, but just, you know, from where you are, there's always some action you can take towards the world you want to see. And that could be inviting someone over for a meal. It could be going out and volunteering. It could be finally getting some rest because we don't, you know, it doesn't do anyone any good to burn out. So whatever that next right thing is. And there's a section of this song that just pays homage to so many people of African American ancestry who have survived the unsurvivable and who I think offer a blueprint for how we get through these times. So this is Do the Next Right Thing. Do it, 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 do it tired, do it scared, do it unprepared, one step at a time. Do it for the ancestors in your rear who knew this struggle and this fear and learned to survive. What took centuries to make won't be undone in the day. Dawn and find your pace. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it, do the next right thing. Do it, do it, do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. Do it quiet, do it loud, do it linking arms in a growing crowd. Do it smarter every day. Do it with an ache in your heart that guides you to the part you're meant to play. Say what only you can say. I know I may not know your fight, but I will make it mine. Our struggles are entwined. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it, do the next right thing. Do it, do it. for Audrey and Maya. Throw a brick for Marcia. Practice rest like Trisha. Do the next right thing. Make good trouble for John. Sing Stevie and Nina in your songs. March on your town hall in Washington. Do the next right thing. Turn back for the others like Harriet. No freedom until it's for all of us. Practice love like bell hooks. Do the next right thing. Open a kitchen like the Black Panthers and feed the kids each morning. There's always something you can do to the next right thing. Don't take it all on in one day. Learn to play your part. Start from where you are. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Do it, do it. Do the next right thing. Yeah, thank you all so much.
Let's give it up for Anna.
Thank you
Anna
so
Spackman.
much. And Lee,
Anna,
we
if
forgot to-
people want to listen to your music, where
Yeah.
can they find you?
So you can search Anna Spackman on all the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp, socials, just Anna Spackman. Just look me up.
And where can they find Singing Resistance Phoenixville?
So Singing Resistance Phoenixville. We have an Instagram account, Singing Resistance PXV. We also have a website, Singing Resistance Phoenixville, spelled out, .org. So yeah, feel free to come up and ask me more about that.
We will let Anna's song be our prayer for today. You can actually remain standing if you would like, because our band is going to come back up on stage. Let's give another hand to Anna Spackman. And I'll let the band take it away with our last song. You want me to take it?
I feel like we don't want to follow that.
All right, we know you guys can sing together, so.
Jack.
Rodney's mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Can everybody say EU with us? All right. EU.
When a child is hungry, you know he ought to be fed. And every boy I see ought to have a hospital bed. Now you know a man needs the power. He'd be willing and able. I said don't take a miracle, no, to put some food on the table. I have one question, am I asking too much? 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 Now they take my son, they ship him off to Iraq. Now is it asking too much to know when he's coming back? And when he come back home, hopefully alive and well. Can you give them something better to do? Yeah, than some drugs to sell. What I want to know is, am I asking too much? Am I asking too much? Am I asking too much? Or am I asking too much? Hit me! Now, to live in costly times. You know, some are counting millions. I'm counting nickels and dimes. You know, so I work all day and I try to live right. Now I am asking too much to live a little before I die. Let me hear you sing. Am I asking too much? Am I asking too much? Or am I asking too much? Am I asking too much?
All right, everyone, this light may go out, but the source that sparked it is always inside of us. We carry it with us wherever we go. As I extinguish our chalice, let's say the words on the screen together. As we release this flame from its faithful service today, we allow the spark in each of us to burn on, to warm our compassion.